Hi loves, it's Catherine here from Selfunity. Welcome into today's Divine Pick a Card reading. For today's reading, we are asking the universe, what messages of guidance do you need to know or hear right now to help you on your journey of healing? Now, if you would like to skip over the intro, you already know which card or which crystal is calling to you. You can click on the timestamp in the description box down below and it will portal you directly to the beginning of your reading. Okay, loves, so for today's card choices, these are actually all animal guides or animal messengers from the Druid Animal Oracle deck. Okay, so even though I always say, choose the card or crystal that is most calling to you, that you feel intuitively called to or connected with, for this reading, an animal may pop up that you have been seeing out in your day-to-day life, whether you've been seeing it in the physical realm, maybe you see it when you're driving to work in the morning, or maybe your neighbor has this type of animal as a pet, or they're coming up to your window or something like that, or maybe you've been seeing it in like on social media when you're scrolling online. Maybe it keeps popping up over and over again. Another thing is, maybe you're out and about and you just keep seeing the symbol of this animal. Okay, so if that happens, if you see an animal guide show up in these cards that you've been seeing out and about, like when you're out and about in your own personal life, you may feel called to listen to that specific animal guides reading, because it will help you to connect with the energy and also provide you with the messages that that animal guide has been trying to relay to you through showing up in your life again and again. Okay, but also with that, Spirit wants me to say, whenever we see certain symbols or energies over and over again, okay, it's often because the universe or your spirit guides, your angels, your ancestors, they're trying to get your attention. Okay, even your higher self, your intuition, it's trying to get your attention, and it's trying to bring your consciousness into the knowing of something. Okay, so whenever you're out and about, if you're seeing the same animal over and over again, I encourage you to take a moment to pause and to reflect on, what is coming up in your thoughts. What are you intuitively feeling when you witness the presence of this animal guide? And you can do the same thing for, when you're seeing angel numbers. So many times I get DMs from so many of you asking, what does this angel number mean? What does this angel number mean? And my first response is always, well, what does it mean to you? Whenever you see it, what first comes to mind? Okay, because that's what it means to you. You can look up on Google, what is the meaning of this angel number? And there are very specific, meanings that as a collective we've agreed upon that these numbers can represent. But when it comes down to it, it's showing up in your personal life for a reason, because there's something specific that you're needing to become aware of and connect with your own intuition. Okay, so as always, listen to your intuition first and foremost. All right, loves. All right, loves, but let's go ahead and get into today's pick a card reading. Our choices. Okay, so I'm going to show you each of the pile choices here, pile 1, 2, 3, 4, and the crystals that I've been called to select for this reading today. And then you can intuitively pick the one that's most calling to you. And then again, there's timestamps in the description box down below. You can click on the timestamp that is listed next to the pile that you select, and it will take you directly to the beginning of your reading. Before I get into showing you the selections today, though, I do want to say that I know that these crystals look a little different. They're larger crystals, but these crystals, they're actually very special to me. These are crystals that I have worked with for a long time now. These are like the crystals that just intuitively call to me, and I was actually very hesitant to use them in today's pick a card reading because they're so special to me. But Spirit kept guiding me, no, use these crystals because their energy is so beautiful, it's so powerful, and it deserves to be shared. When I was reflecting on whether or not I should use these crystals, my spirit guides were telling me, even though these are my crystals, they ultimately don't necessarily belong to me, because at some point, you know, my spirit, my energy is going to move on from this realm, and these stones get to stay here. They get to stay a part of Mother Earth. And so spirit was guiding me to, you know, let you embrace some of the magic that these beautiful stones and crystals have to offer to all of us as a collective. Okay, love, so let's get into today's pick a card choices. Okay, so for pile 1, we have this beautiful clear quartz. I think it's called a Druid, but there's like so many little caves. Let's see if we can get that to focus. It's just so beautiful in there. And I'll show you the back side of it as well. Sometimes the little crystals fall out. All right, and let's see what your animal guide is. We have woof. Woof. It sounds like I'm saying woof, 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 like a dog barks. Okay, so pile 1, you have the clear quartz crystal cave with the woof medicine. And then for pile 2, we have this beautiful amethyst. And I know it looks dusty, but that's just the look of it. I've tried to clean it, try to get that off. It's an older crystal. So it has that little like foggy hue to it. And then I'll show you the back side of this as well. It's not as attractive there. But you can see all the little crystals coming through there. Okay, pile 2, you have the amethyst. And then let's see what your animal guide is. We have the owl. So you have the amethyst crystal with the owl. All right. And let's see for pile 3. Pile 3, this is a Lemurian quartz, and it has some like iron deposits here. So that's giving it that reddish orange color. Let's see, I can show you the really cool parts of it here. If it'll focus, come on, trying to get it to focus for you. There's a little prism here. A lot of prisms in this. Okay, so pile 2, you have Lemurian quartz. And let's see what your card is. We have the blackbird. The blackbird. I love these animal guides that are coming out. They are like very popular, very significant animal guides. Okay, and then for pile 4, we have the Selenite palm stone. Selenite palm stone. Everyone needs some selenite in their life. Oh, my cat is over there messing with things. Sorry if you heard that. Selenite palm stone. And then let's see what your card is. Pile 4. Oh, you have the sow. The sow, I believe, is how it's pronounced. It's been a while since I've seen it written that way, resembling a boar or a pig. You have the sow, which I believe is the female pig, the mother, which would, you know, that would be why there's all these little babies there. Okay, so pile 4, you have the sow and the selenite palm stone. Put this down here. All right, loves. So go ahead and select the crystal or animal guide that is most calling to you, or the one that you have been seeing in your day-to-day life for some time now. All right, loves. And then go ahead and click on your timestamps, and I'll see you in your reading. Hi, pile 1. Welcome into our reading. So if you selected the beautiful clear quartz cave or the wolf animal guide, then this is your reading. Welcome in. So I'm going to set this up here. We'll keep that in the center for now. All right, loves. So let's go ahead and start by pulling some tarot cards so we can get some more information on why wolf energy is showing up in your life and what messages of guidance this animal guide is trying to relate to you. So wolf energy, I'm really picking up on like the energy of a pack, the energy of family. Oh, and this tarot deck here that I'm using today is the Akashic Tarot. I'm feeling like maybe there's some family vibes going on here. Okay, so somebody could be asking about their family. I'm also hearing lone wolf. Maybe somebody is feeling a little disconnected from their family, okay? All right, wow, we already have 5 of Forces coming out. Summer, winter. This is the 5 of Swords, I believe, in traditional tarot. Let's get some more cards. We also have 2, the Akashic Library. All right, 2, the Akashic Library. And let's get a couple more tarot before we get into the full messages. Let's get one more, Spirit. Okay, so let's see what's going on. You know what, I'm going to rearrange because it's going to drive me a little crazy there. All right, we'll keep this to the side and then we'll put 2 Akashic Library, 5 of Forces, Summer, Winter, and then we also have 13, the Buddha prepares. 15, the Muse. Wow, you have so many major arcana coming out. And then you also have 1, the Oracle of Delphi. Wow, you have so many major arcana. Let's get one more so we can close up that gap there. One more card, Spirit. What's the last card for us? Of course, they brought out 2. I could hear like somebody saying we need to fill in both gaps. So we have the King of Forces. And then we have 3 of Keys, the chess game. All right, so let's see what's going on with pile 1's energy. What do they need to know from the universe, from this wolf energy? So right away, just from the types of cards that are coming out. So if you're not familiar with tarot, in tarot, there is traditionally only 22 major arcana cards. And out of the 7 tarot cards that we drew, you got 4 major arcana: the Akashic Library, the Buddha Prepares, the Muse, and the Oracle of Delphi. And what the major arcana represents in traditional tarot is generally major life changes or transformations. They represent phases that we all go through throughout our lives in different periods or different cycles. And you have 4 of them showing up right now, which definitely tells me that you are going through some type of major change, some type of major shift in your life, okay? Because I was picking up on, the energy of like a wolf pack, wolf family energy here. And we have the Buddha prepares. For some of you, you may be preparing yourself for something that is involving family. Okay, so this could be like the birth of a child. This could be like marriage, starting the energy of getting married, settling down so you can build and grow a family, or set your roots down somewhere, and maybe you're preparing for that. There was another message coming in. Oh, some of you may be experiencing some type of family event coming up soon as well. So maybe like a family reunion, maybe your family's taking a trip somewhere and you're starting to get prepared for that event, okay? But overall, I am also hearing that energy of lone wolf, where somebody watching this, you may feel very alone. And a lot of these cards, they're showing only one person. I didn't even realize there's a wolf on this card here as well. So wolf is showing up twice here in your reading. But there is like a lot of these cards are showing just one person on it. The Oracle of Delphi has 2, but generally this one represents like a spirit guide, okay? And it's interesting because Spirit's saying it's like internally you feel alone. Externally it's like you have a support group, you have friends, you have your loved ones, your family members, but internally you're going through something on your own, okay? And that's why this wolf energy is showing that contrasting dynamic where it's like, okay, well, wolves usually operate in packs, they operate together in a community. But then, on the other hand, I'm also picking up on that lone wolf energy. So even though you're in a community, you're surrounded by loved ones, you're surrounded by support, you still feel alone. You feel as though you're going through something alone. So let's see if we can get some more information on that. I think it's just because you're going through some type of big transition here. Something is like flipping for you, like we're coming out of winter going into summer if you're in the northern hemisphere, and if you're in the southern hemisphere, we're flipping out of summer going into winter. So it's like the seasons are changing, and not just in like our world with the weather. Seasons are changing. This is something where a season for you personally is changing. I feel like you're like having to tiptoe around somebody as well. We have the chess game here bringing that up, where you're having to like methodically think about what your next move is going to be. And that's also very in alignment with the wolf energy coming up, where, the wolf, especially like when they're hunting, they have to think about, how are they going to catch their prey. But here it feels like you may not have the support of your community in regards to the situation that you're kind of tiptoeing around. Okay, so let's see if Spirit will give me an example. It's like this energy where there's something that you're doing, but maybe somebody close to you doesn't like it, or they don't agree with you, or it's like the energy of like a nagging boss a little bit. And you have to go to work, you have to show up, you have to do your job and all those things. But when you're at work, it's like it's very draining because you're having to tiptoe around your boss so they won't nag you, maybe they won't notice you. Try to put on like this invisible cloak where they don't recognize you, okay? But then when you go home and you like talk about it with your support group, it's almost like they may be kind of tired of hearing about it. And they're just wondering, well, why don't you do something about it? Why don't you get out of that situation? Okay. And so that could be something that you're trying to shift out of. That's where that transformation's coming in. I also feel like if you really resonate with that message, once you do choose to leave whatever it is that you're tiptoeing around or cut ties with that connection or that relationship, it's like all this beautiful new abundance is going to show up. I almost want to like take this card out because we want to remove that energy of having to tiptoe around people, and you want to move into this energy of really embodying who you truly are, the King of Forces, the Muse, the Oracle of Delphi, the Akashic Library. You can embody all these beautiful energies of deep inner knowing, spiritual knowing as well here, and the alignment to take action on what it is that really resonates with you, where you can just be yourself and you don't have to, play somebody else's games of really like hiding who you are and hiding your presence just because you don't want to cause a scene, or you don't want to have to deal with their unsettling emotions and energy. Okay, so get out of this situation, let it go. You will be held, you will be safe. You already have that support system around you that's telling you, it's time to move on from this situation because it's not allowing you to really embody who you truly are. It's like it's kind of keeping you in that energy of smallness, and the universe, spirit wants to see you shine. They want to see you be who you are on a deep soul level, okay? And they want you to also be embracing and connecting with the things, the creative actions, the dreams that you have for yourself, and they want to see you pursuing that. They want to see you following that. Okay, so for some of you, you could already be, I didn't realize we have the 3 and the 13 where these are really connected, where you're already trying to prepare a way for you to move out of this energy, this 3 of Keys energy, where you're having to kind of be on guard with somebody. So you're already preparing to move out of this energy, but now Spirit's saying it's time to leap. 1 represents the Full and traditional tarot. It's time to get into that physical action, to follow where you're being guided to go, and to move out of it. You've already done the preparation. All right. And for some of you, you may be thinking, you have a timeline. All right. And so if you do have a timeline and you're following it, just make sure that you stick to that timeline. Don't let somebody or something come in and, tell you that your timeline needs to be extended. Okay. Because again, they could just be playing games with you there. You get to essentially say what your timeline is, set those boundaries, and then follow them through. It's like this energy here of summer and winter. As humans, we set these dates for summer and winter season, saying like, oh, summer is, if you're in the northern hemisphere, summer is from June until mid-September. Winter is from December until February. But we all know that that's not exactly how it works out. Mother Earth gets to determine when the timelines of summer and winter actually are. And so just like Mother Earth gets to decide when those timelines happen, you're getting to decide when the timeline of you cutting ties with this energy of, somebody or something playing games with you, or something where you're having to kind of put a guard up around yourself and who you truly are. Okay. It's like no more of that. You already know that you don't want to be involved in that situation or that type of energy anymore. But again, you have to prepare to set yourself up for success or stability. So that way, you're supported on all factors when you do decide to leap and move away from this energy. Okay. But again, there's this energy where when the time comes for you to make that leap, to cut that tie, to cut that cord, the other person involved or somebody else could come in and say, well, what if you just stay a little bit longer, like just 5 more days or a week, or what if we give you a raise? And Spirit saying no, because even if they do offer you these incentives, or, try to kind of guilt trip you or something like that, you're still going to be in that same energy. They're not going to change. They're just trying to save themselves, like a buttload of work or a buttload of healing that they don't want. Sorry, I said that word. That was just what came up. But they just don't want to, do the processing of what it's going to take for them to face what it is that you're revealing to them through making these changes for yourself. Okay. So just know that their healing process, their processing of you leaving, removing yourself from the situation, this experience, this relationship, it's not up to you to deal with. It's up to them to deal with on their own. Once you say goodbye, once you close that door, it's closed. It's time for you to move on, because there's new things for you to explore. And not just new things. These are things. They're not even things. It's like you getting to go deeper with yourself and finally embrace and embody who it is that you are on a deep core soul level. And you're getting to share that energy with yourself first and foremost, but also with others around you. Look at the Buddha here. He has all these beautiful people behind him, showing up in support, showing up in love, following his teachings, his passions. And the same thing for you. People are going to be coming through to support you, to be witnessing this energy shift that you're going through. I feel like for some of you, this library symbolism is significant. Okay, so some of you could be a writer or wanting to write something. It could also represent teaching. Maybe some of you are wanting to work directly with a library, or maybe you work in a library now and it's not the greatest environment. You're wanting to leave that environment. some of you may also be some type of spiritual guide, where you're going to be guiding others in a spiritual way. Just because you have the Oracle of Delphi, you also have the Buddha Prepares. We have the Akashic records showing up here. And then with the Muse, some of you could be an artist. Maybe you're wanting to start sharing your art, start expressing yourself more artistically, more creatively. All right, loves, let's go ahead and pull an oracle card. We're going to use this deck over here. This is from the Sacred Geometry of Relationships. So let's see, what does pile 1 need to know from this deck here? Okay, there we go. 2 cards. Let's see what we've got. We have 12, balance. The frequency of balance supports our ability to find harmony with all aspects of our 3-dimensional and multi-dimensional layers of reality. There we have 1, 2, 12, taking steps. We also have 15, curiosity. The frequency of curiosity supports our intrinsic, inquisitive nature, which is the necessary driving force behind any growth and evolution. Okay, so there's something that you're getting curious about, something that's coming up, and it keeps coming up, okay? And Spirit's saying it's not going to stop coming up, okay? Because this is something that's in alignment with your life purpose, with your soul purpose. This is a very deep reading. I know it's very surface level with what we were talking about with the energy here, what it is that you're leaving behind. But what you're entering into, what you're being guided towards, it's huge. It's deep. It goes so deep because it's guiding you to really go deep with yourself and to really start to embody the things that light you up, the things that bring you joy, the things that don't make you have to put yourself in a little box and, tiptoe around all these other characters and beings in your life that don't agree or understand who it is that you are and what it is that you do and what it is that you enjoy doing and embodying and embracing and sharing with others. Okay, it's like you feel as though you can't fully open yourself up to others, the world around you, the people that you're working with, because they aren't on the same path as you. Okay, and they're not where you're at yet in your level of consciousness and what it is that you're being guided to connect with and embrace and study and learn about. And that's okay. It's okay that they don't get it. It's okay that they don't resonate with it. It's okay. But what's not okay here is that you continuously allow yourself to fall into those games of feeling less than just because they don't understand, the things that you're studying or the things that you're connecting with. Okay. It's okay that they don't understand it. But there's this need for you to come to the understanding that, it's okay because it's not for them. It's for you to explore. It's for you to embrace. And Spirit wants me to talk about this. Let's talk about the Buddha. You think when the Buddha first started speaking out about his teachings and his lessons that everyone was just following him blindly saying, oh my God, yes, that makes so much sense. We all need to be doing this. No, they probably thought he was crazy, just like Jesus, people didn't think he was a savior. They didn't think he was a light worker. They didn't know that both of their beautiful teachings would change so many people's lives and would seed the energy for change and transformation, which is what the world so much needed at those times that they were brought to earth to initiate. Okay. But in the beginning, people probably didn't agree with them or understand what it was that they were saying, but they stuck to their truth. They kept working through it. They kept embodying it. And eventually people started to listen. They started to come around. Okay. But the key to that too is that when you first start out on a journey like this, you have to first become comfortable with it. Okay, I know it can be this energy of like going in waves. So this is really like the energy of an awakening here. You're going through some type of deep awakening. And so when we go through awakenings, it can be this very back and forth energy where it's like we go through this shift of awakening to something comes into our consciousness that allows us to see something more clearly. And it's super exciting. It's like, oh my gosh, I can finally see so clearly. I need to tell everybody about this so they can see so clearly too. Okay, but then you go and you start to talk to these people about the things that you're saying, and then they're just looking at you like, what are you saying to me? That doesn't make any sense, you know? And it's because that awakening, that level of consciousness came to you because you're the one that needed it at that moment, okay? And I know it can be super exciting to the point where you want to go out and you want to share this understanding, this new development with other people around you. But it didn't come to them, it came to you. And, you know, that's not to say that people won't ever understand or they won't ever come to reaching that same level of consciousness, that same level of awareness about it. It's just that, you know, at this moment in time, it's meant for you to process on your own and to come into that understanding and to seek that balance that you've been seeking, that you've been reaching for within yourself, okay? Okay, so I feel like I kind of went on a loop there. Let's draw it back in spirit. Let's see if anything else comes up here. So Spirit's saying, you know, just know that you're not alone on this journey, because when we go through awakenings, it can feel like you're alone. Spirit's bringing me back to the wolf energy here where, you know, you have the support system of your loved ones, your family, your friend, even your coworkers, your boss, you know, they want to support you. They want to provide you with love. They want to see you succeed. Okay, it's just that right now you're vibing at two different levels. And so the things that you're awakening to, the things that you're starting to come into the realization of, the things that you're starting to be more attractive to, more curious of, they're not necessarily in alignment with your support system. And again, Spirit's saying that's okay. It's okay that they don't get it. It's not to say that there aren't people out there that do get it though, okay? But right now, this energy does feel very much like the Hermit, where you're being pulled to go within yourself and to seek the meaning of what this means for yourself first and foremost. And then once you come into that acceptance with yourself, your intuition, your higher self, it's going to be lit up. Like you're going to be at the top of your game and you're going to know what it is that you are meant to do next. Okay. But right now, the key is to come into this energy of balance with yourself, to get out of that energy where you're not able to really embody yourself and be your full self, and to start seeking out spaces that you're more curious about, that you're more interested in, that do feel loving, that do feel supportive, that do feel fun and freeing and peaceful, okay? There are spaces there for you. Ultimately, the biggest message coming through is to follow your intuition on this journey, okay? Because you're going through a deep spiritual awakening here. And Love Spirit saying, you know, if you are going through a deep spiritual awakening, and you need some extra support, I do work with individuals when they're going through spiritual awakenings, when they're going through, you know, shifts or transformations to something new that they've never pursued before. And I've helped guide people to get onto those paths with love and peace and trust in their heart space, in themselves. Okay, so if that is something that you're interested in working with me on, or you'd like me to just be of a support system, be a guide to you, you know, I've gone through this process again and again and again, so I can help you on this journey. You just have to reach out to me. You know, my DMs are always open. I promise I don't bite. I am straightforward with you though. You know, I'm not gonna play those tiptoeing games with you. But I am very loving, very peaceful about, you know, whatever it is that you're going through. And I just try to be of support as best I can. So if you would like to work with me in that way, you need some extra support, don't hesitate to reach out to me through, you know, either DMs on Instagram, or you can email me at selfunity@outlook.com, and we can talk, we can chat. But okay, loves, let's go ahead and get your last card for you today. So I'm going to pull your last card from this beautiful deck here, if I can get it. It's the Lover's Oracle. Okay, I was just feeling called to pull some love affirmations today. So let's see what your love affirmation is. And sometimes these quotes, these affirmations can be implied towards a couple. But I always say, you know, if that doesn't resonate, we can apply it to the relationship that you have with yourself. So there's pile ones. Love affirmation. Wow, we have soulmate. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will manifest physically. And for this, I feel like you are your own soulmate. You know, we don't think about it in that way a lot. You know, we always think of soulmates being as somebody outside of us, but you have a soul too, and you are already with yourself in spirit. For some of you, this could also be about, you know, if another person. Your soulmate's already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will manifest physically. And this could be about the support system that you're seeking, where, you know, you don't feel so supported in the space that you're in now, the relationship or your job. You know, it's not as supported as you would like it to be. You're not able to fully embrace and embody who you truly are on a core level. And so Spirit's saying, you know, your soulmate is already there for you. Your soul support group is already waiting for you to connect with them. You just have to believe it, embody it, and they will show up in your life. Okay. These people in your life that you're no longer resonating with, you know, they weren't meant to always be in your life. They're not meant to always be in your life. And that's okay. I know it's hard to let them go, but Spirit's saying it's time to let them go, and it's time to move towards your soulmate connections, your soul family connections. All right, loves, that's it for your reading today. I thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this reading, please give this video a thumbs up and comment down below what resonated with you most. You know, if you want to chat about this spiritual awakening that you're going through, let me know in the comments or in DMs. I love to chat with you all about, you know, what you're experiencing and what resonated with you in these readings. And also don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss out on my next reading. And if you would like to book a personal or private reading with me, you can do so through sending me a DM on Instagram at selfunity, or you can email me at selfunity@outlook.com and we can set one up for you. All right, loves, I thank you so much once again. I'm sending you so much love and healing energy. Have a beautiful day. Bye. Hi, Pile 2. Welcome into your reading. So if you selected this beautiful amethyst crystal or the owl animal guide, then this is your reading. Welcome in. So I'm going to set this aside. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start by pulling some tarot cards so we can get the full scope of the message that the animal guide and the universe is bringing to you at this time. All right, so for your reading today, we're going to use the Lightseers Tarot. All right, so while I'm shuffling, I'm going to talk a little bit about the energy of the owl. So the owl generally represents wisdom. But what I'm picking up on with the owl today is that there's something that is kind of being hidden from you. Something that maybe you're even being a little bit blindsided by. So I'm hearing that quote, what is it? Like, love is blind, okay? So maybe this could be about a relationship, but not for everybody. There could be just something where, you know, somebody may be playing games, trying to blindside you in some way. All right, let's see what your tarot is. There's just something hidden from you too. Also, it's like this energy where you're trying to do something, maybe like you're trying to receive something, and it's just not happening. It's not coming to you. And it's because maybe, you know, it's not time, but it's like there's something being hidden from you, something that you can't quite see. All right, I'm going to take that card too. It's a lot of cards. I wasn't going to pull that many, but let's see what we have here. Okay, so we have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords. We have the Five of Wands. 21, the World. Okay. We also have 11, Justice. Wow, we have 17, the Star. You have a lot of major arcana. There was a lot of major arcana in pile 1 too. And this week that I'm filming this is the new moon in Aries, solar eclipse. So there is a lot of transformation happening this week. We also have the Page of Swords. We have the Two of Pentacles and Seven of Pentacles. All right, so let's see what's going on with pile 2. Let's see what these cards are bringing out together. I feel like you asked for some type of change. There's something that you asked for, and I'm almost, it's like you were granted this wish. But now that you've received it, it's like this energy of wanting to run away from it. That's what's coming up, like the Knight of Swords here, wanting to run away from it. It's like it's not what you thought it would be. Also, this energy where you asked for something and it was given to you, and now you're like asking for the next thing and not necessarily taking the time to appreciate or to recognize that what you have now, what you've been gifted, is something that you asked for beforehand. Okay, so it's like the reflection, you know, a lot of the times in the spiritual community, we talk about reflecting on, you know, what did you ask for a year ago? What did you ask for 5 years ago? That's what you have now. Okay, and so I think this is a very similar message to something that came up in one of my last readings, my last pick a card reading that I shared on my channel as well. So that would be interesting to see if you picked the same one. But yeah, it's like this energy where you made a wish, you asked for something, it was granted to you, but now that you have it, you're just like, okay, well, great, I have this, but what's next? Like, what else can I get? What else can I manifest? Without really taking the time to pause and to enjoy and to embrace and to find peace and gratitude and love for the very thing that you've been gifted. Okay, so that's just some words of guidance there. You know, take a moment to appreciate and to have gratitude for what it is that you have now. So if you are trying to manifest something new, trying to receive something new, and it's not working out, like I said in the beginning when I was talking about owl energy, that's what's being hidden from you. It's like it's not coming to you because you're not showing the universe that you're grateful for the things that you have, for the things that they have already gifted to you. Okay, and I don't mean to sound harsh, you know, it's just, that's just how it's coming through. Please don't shoot the messenger. And you know, if you are showing up in gratitude and appreciation, then that's a beautiful thing. And Spirit saying, you know, just take what resonates. These are general readings, so only take what resonates with you here. But let's see if we can get some more guidance. Let's see if anything else is coming up with these cards for you here. I feel like for some of you, the thing that you're trying to manifest or achieve, it's like it's gonna take some time. It's almost like you're wanting to see it manifest overnight, but the universe is responding in its own timeline. Okay, this isn't going to happen on your timeline. This is going to happen on the divine's timeline. And more so than that, there's a process to what it is that you're trying to achieve. So like with the Page of Swords here, this is showing like a girl holding a book, studying. So for some of you, you know, maybe you're wanting to let's see an example. So this is just an example. So, you know, it's like the energy of somebody wanting to be a doctor and wanting to know everything that a doctor knows in like 1 week's time, when in reality, a doctor had to take years and years and years of studying, and trial and error, practicing in order to gain and receive all the knowledge that they have and to receive that certification of being a doctor. You know, it's not something that just happened in a week's time. It's something that they really had to work for years and years and years and years. Okay. So for some of you, you may be signing up for classes, maybe going to college, like taking college classes or certification programs. And you may be getting a little frustrated with the process of that, where, you know, you're just so excited or you're just really anxious to already be the thing that it is that you're trying to become or to get certified in. But Spirit's saying, even with the Five of Wands here, you know, it's a process that you're having to, you know, overcome these obstacles, go through that trial and error process before you can have that label as being certified in something, or to have whatever it is that you're trying to receive or achieve. Okay, even with the Seven of Pentacles here, you know, this plant didn't magically just pop up out of the dirt and turn into this beautiful tree in one day. You know, it took this person here, it took him giving it love, giving it care, giving it water, making sure the soil was perfect for its what's the word? Like its condition, in order for it to grow and to flourish into its full potential. Okay, even my words are getting like, they're like jumbling together, and that generally represents your energy here, where it's like you're just trying to rush through something and not taking the time to slow down and to really enjoy and be present with the process. Okay, you have the owl here, which represents wisdom. There is some kind of wisdom, some type of knowledge as you're trying to receive. Okay, and it's not going to just come to you magically in one day. You know, I know in the spiritual community we talk about magical manifestations, quantum leaping, timeline jumping, all of those things. But sometimes those types of manifestations don't just happen magically. You know, you don't just ultimately get the download in one day. It's a process of years and years and years and years. Okay, this isn't something that you're just going to quantum leap into in a day or a week or a month. It is going to take time. And so Spirit's guiding you to really have patience and to just be present with the process of what it is that you're trying to work on, what it is that you're trying to really achieve here. We also have the Two of Pentacles and 11 Justice here, which is representing this need for some type of balance. There's also a reflection here, okay, where you may really need to pause and to look at yourself in the mirror, okay? Spirit's not giving me much more. They're just saying, look at yourself in the mirror. I feel like you're rushing through things so quickly that you're not taking time to slow down and really reflect on what it is that you are trying to do. And just really, like, you're also just not really taking time to be with yourself and to give yourself the care and attention and love that you need. It's almost like you're just focused on nurturing what it is that you're trying to achieve in life to maybe reach some type of like, what is the word? Like some type of, I don't want to say label, but it's like some type of certification. So it's almost like you're chasing the energy of clout, or like chasing the energy of like success. Like you're chasing something that's not tangible and that is not completely definable. Okay, so 1, clout. 2, success. You know, success can vary from people to people. It doesn't mean, you know, if you don't reach whatever it is that you're working towards or whatever it is that you're trying to achieve or receive, it doesn't mean that you aren't a successful person. Okay, it's also like chasing worthiness. You know, you're already worthy just as you are, just by being human, just by being here. you're already beautiful. It's like you're chasing beauty. You know, you're already beautiful. Your internal being creates your sense of beauty, your sense of significance and recognition. Okay. So I feel like when Spirit's saying look at yourself in the mirror and to reflect on that energy, they really want you to slow down and ask yourself, you know, what is it that you're rushing towards, and why are you rushing towards that? Okay. Is it worth it? Okay. And again, I'm not trying to be harsh in this reading, because I know it can come off that way. It's just how Spirit, you know, wants me to deliver the messages, so that they get through to you and they can really help you on your healing journey to becoming your, you know, your best self, connecting with your highest self. And again, you know, take what resonates, leave the rest. And first and foremost, above all, always listen to your intuition first, okay? These are just the messages that are coming through, that Spirit wants me to relay to you. All right, let's see if anything else is coming through here. I feel like for some of you, it's like the industry. So this does feel very like career-based. There's something that you're working towards. So for some of you, the thing that you're chasing, the thing that you're working towards, one, you could be embodying this energy of chasing something that's not tangible, you know, like we talked about with success, worthiness, and those types of labels. It could be because it's like an influence of the industry that you're in. And specifically, I'm really drawn to this purse here, which is representing fashion. And then we also talked about doctors, so it could be like the medical industry. And then it could also be some type of influence from your family members, from your upbringing, where, you know, they told you if you don't do this and this and this, then you're never going to be successful. You're never going to make it. Okay. And Spirit again is saying, you know, that's not necessarily true. Okay. Somebody or something outside of you doesn't get to define what success means to you, what worthiness means to you. Okay. You are already worthy just as you are, just by being human, just by being here on this beautiful planet. Somebody, even with, you know, the fashion industry and talking about beauty, nobody outside of you gets to determine your beauty. Like, you are beautiful just as you are. And you get to decide that. You get to determine that. And you get to decide how you show up in, this is so interesting, the energy here. It's like you get to decide how you show up in that energy of success. You get to decide how you show up in that energy of beauty. You get to decide how you show up in that energy of oh, I lost the word. There is another word coming through. But the main ones is like success and worthiness. You get to decide how you show up in your worthiness. You are the one that gets to decide here. Nothing outside of you gets to decide. And okay, Spirit's saying for some of you, when I'm saying this, you're like, well, I'm taking classes and I'm trying to reach the certification level on something that determines my success. Yes, that determines your success in that specific field. But the main purpose and point of this reading and the messages that are coming through is you deciding before even signing up for these things that measure levels of success and completion and accomplishments. Before you show up in those spaces, you have to define for yourself what success means and what happens if you don't achieve those levels of success. Does that mean you're not successful? No. You know, it could just mean that path is not meant for you, or it just means, okay, well, you need a little bit more practice and you can try again. Okay. But circling back around, you may be trying to rush through this. Okay. And I think it's also this like people pleasing energy, whether you're trying to people please yourself or you're trying to people please somebody else. It's like you're trying to rush through it because you're trying to rush through that energy of people pleasing, which is never in alignment with yourself. You know, when you're trying to please others over yourself, and you're trying to fulfill these definitions and defining factors that somebody else has placed upon you, that's a sign that, you know, this thing may not necessarily be in alignment with the path that you're meant to be on. And so these are just some things that, you know, Spirit wants you to really think about. It doesn't mean it's definite. You know, this is a general reading. It's just the messages that are coming up here, okay? But ultimately, Spirit's saying, you know, you get to decide before you show up in these spaces what those defining factors are for yourself. Okay, so a lot of you are going through this deep inner reflection of deciding, you know, what those quote unquote labels mean to you and how you're going to show up in those defining factors. Okay. All right, loves, let's go ahead and pull some oracle cards. Let's get a little bit more guidance on this before we close up your reading. So I'm going to pull some oracle cards from the Nature's Whispers Oracle deck. Let's see, what does pile 2 need to know? We'll take that card. Let's get one more. There we go. All right, let's see what we've got for pile 2. Wow, we have Make a Wish. Number 1, Make a Wish. And that's right in alignment with the Star card. Make a wish. Let's see what your other card is, and then we will interpret these together. Wow, 44, Seek Beauty. We've been talking about beauty throughout this reading. Seek beauty. Okay, so a couple different things are coming in. First, with this Seek Beauty, Spirit is bringing me back to what we talked about in the beginning of your reading, where, you know, things may not be working out for you as you're hoping them to work out. Maybe you're not receiving your manifestations, the things you're trying to receive and achieve, because you're not recognizing the beauty, the abundance, the love, the joy, the peace that already surround you. Okay, you're not recognizing that everything you've already asked for in the past, the things that you tried to manifest before, you're living it now. Okay, you're just like focused on what's next. Okay, so there again, there's this need to slow down and to seek the beauty, seek the importance of the present moment, to come back to the present moment. There's also this energy around yourself and your self-worth with this coming up again, where it's like you're trying to chase something that's not tangible, because it feels like this energy of trying to please somebody that told you you weren't worthy. And Spirit's saying that's not true. You are so worthy. You are so beautiful. And with that, you know, Spirit's not letting me go too deep into it, but they're saying that you need to go deep into that, in terms of, you know, realizing or recognizing where by continuously allowing yourself to circle in that loops of what somebody else told you, you're essentially giving them your power. Okay, and this is something that you can reflect on when, you know, you look at yourself in the mirror and you ask yourself, you know, how you want to define those words that we talked about, how you want to show up in recognition of those words that we talked about, and really reset the scope for, you know, your sense of self-worth, your sense of beauty, and recognizing in that. We also have this Make a Wish card here with the Star card, and I feel like for some of you, again, this is reiterating that you made a wish. It's not coming true, but this is also just saying here, you know, make a wish and trust that the universe has heard your prayers, they've received your prayers, and they are working to bring these wishes, to bring these manifestations, these desires into your reality. Okay, there again is just that message of patience. Patience. Have patience. There's a timeline to you receiving whatever it is that you're asking for. There's also some inner work that you need to do here that we talked about. I also feel like for some of you, I feel like the energy of a loved one coming through, where you and a loved one, maybe a loved one would give you like are these called dandelions or daisies? I think they're dandelions. Okay, I'm getting getting them mixed up here. But they would bring dandelions or daisies, maybe they would bring daisies to you. And you would blow all the little wisps away together, and you make a wish together. So this loved one may be coming through and trying to offer you support as you move through this healing journey, okay? They may also be working out things on the other side where they're trying to help bring this wish, this desire into physical reality for you, okay? I'm also picking up, I hate to deliver messages like this, but there could be a loved one in your life now that, they're still alive, they're still here with you in the physical realm, that you really enjoyed, finding these little dandelions with, there's like a lot of memories attached to them, and they could soon be crossing over to the spirit realm. Okay, and with that, Spirit saying, you might want to go spend some time with them in the physical reality. And they may also be able to offer you some guidance or support in relation to what it is that you're working on healing right now. And they may also be able to help you in the redefining, the resetting of everything that we talked about with the beauty, success, and worthiness. All right, loves, let's go ahead and pull your last card. I'm going to slide this back. We'll put this here. Let's pull your last card. Is going to be a message from the Lover's Oracle, if I can grab the deck. So from the Lover's Oracle here, let's see what pile 2 needs to know from Lover's Oracle. And sometimes these cards are they're relationship based, but you can apply the message to yourself if you're not interested in, relationship guidance. You apply it to the relationship you have with yourself. All right, let's see what's pile 1's card. Okay, I'm going to draw it this way. Take the top card. Okay. Look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. Look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. I'm getting so many messages from this. Okay, first, there's this need to look within your own heart. You've been looking outside of you for too long when the wisdom, the answers, the peace, the love is within yourself. Okay, nobody outside of you gets to define who you are, what you do, what you believe in, what you experience, what you feel. Only you do. The next message is, this is a message from the loved one that we talked about. They're letting you know that they are with you. Look deep within your heart and you will feel their love. Their love for you is as deep as the ocean. The next message that was coming through is that this is a message from the higher self, from the spirit of the individual or the group of people that convinced you that you are not beautiful, that you are not worthy. They were only operating from their current level of consciousness. They were only operating from their own conditioning. They were taught to believe that they weren't worthy. They were taught to believe that they weren't beautiful. And so they then imprinted that onto you as well. They didn't mean to. They still have so much love for you. They still want to see you succeed. They still want to see you flourish. They want to see you thrive. It's just that your definitions of those words may be different. They may be misconstrued. They may not relate. Okay. And there may need to be this kind of distancing from them while you figure that out for yourself. Okay. You can feel their love from a distance. Okay. You can be at one end of the ocean. They can be at the other end of the ocean. The other message that was coming through is the significance of the word ocean. Okay, oceans are very healing. Water's very healing. The ocean may be calling to you. You may live near the ocean. Maybe you need to go to the ocean. And then again, I'm just picking up on family memories here where maybe somebody in your family may have taken you to the ocean when you were a child. And it's just coming up. Maybe this loved one that has passed on really enjoyed taking you to the ocean. You have a lot of memories with them. and they're just trying to come through with even more symbolism and connection to the dandelions there. Okay, loves, that's it for your reading today. I thank you so much for tuning in to this reading. If you enjoyed this video, please give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below what you enjoyed most from this reading or what really resonated with you. You know, if there's something that you're working on redefining or resetting for yourself, let me know. Let's talk about it in the comments. All right, I'm here for you. I'm here to support you on your healing journey. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on next week's reading. Your support means the world to me. And if you would like to book a personal or private reading with me, you can do so through sending me a DM on Instagram at selfunity, or you can email me at selfunity@outlook.com and we can set up a private reading for you. All right, loves, I thank you so much once again. I'm sending you so much love and healing energy. I hope you have a beautiful healing day. Bye, loves. Hi, Pile 3. Welcome into your reading. So if you selected the beautiful Lemurian Quartz or the Blackbird as your animal guide, then this is your reading. Welcome in. So I'm going to set these over here. And what we're going to do for your reading today is we're going to start with pulling your tarot card so we can get the full scope of the messages that the universe and the Blackbird is bringing up for you today. Let me just kind of situate that so it's not blocking too much of the card. So let's go ahead and start with, we're going to use the Lightseers Tarot deck today for your reading. All right, so while I'm shuffling, I'm going to talk a little bit about Blackbird energy. So the Blackbird, I'm feeling that this could represent a plethora of different blackbirds. You know, I know there's like a bird that's specifically called the Blackbird, but I'm also picking up on like the crow, the magpie. Let's see if there's another one. Oh, the raven as well. Okay, so any of these birds could be working with you or could be significant to you in some way. And the Blackbird generally represents this mystical energy. And look at that. There's the Blackbird. There's a crow right there on the King of Swords. But it represents this like mystical energy, things that are hidden from you, coming to light. They're also very wise. They also operate in communities. You know, you usually don't see a solo Blackbird. There's usually more than one. There's multiples of them. You also have the owl on the King of Swords here, and we had the owl animal guide in pile 2. So if you're feeling called to, you know, as I always say, if you're like feeling called to more than one reading and maybe you were torn between pile 2 and 3, you may want to check out that one as well, just because the owl symbolism showing up there. Oh my gosh, I can't make this up. Look at that. 2 of Swords. More blackbirds coming out. This one is also caught by my finger. 7 of Swords. Wow, okay, I guess all the swords in this deck have blackbirds on them, like the crows, the ravens. That's amazing. We also have 3 of Swords. All right, pile 3, you are working through some heavy energy here. We also have 9, the Hermit. And let's get one more card for you, pile 3. I can't believe there's so many cards with like the blackbird on it, the crows, the ravens. We also have 15, the devil. All right, let's see what's going on for you, pile 3. Ooh, pile 3, you are going through a heavy time right now. And you may feel very alone on this journey, okay? I see you because swords generally represent your thoughts. They represent ideas. And in this reading, because you have so many of them, you also have them paired with the Hermit and the devil here. I feel like you have been in your head a lot. You're operating from the space of being stuck in your mind, maybe letting your ego take the wheel a little bit here. There is this mentality of like doubt, lack, scarcity mindset coming through here. There may be something that you're wanting to walk away from, but it's like with a heavy heart. It's not something that is coming easy to you, okay? And it may be that like you don't even want to walk away from it. It's more like you're being guided to walk away from it. Or you're just coming into this awareness, realizing that you've been involved in a situation that really has not been of best interest to you. Okay, it's something that is very draining, it's exhausting, it's overwhelming. You know, maybe you're in a situation where somebody has been taking advantage of you, being manipulative, maybe trying to control you, trying to persuade you to, you know, do things that they want you to do versus really listening to and honoring your own intuition and yourself and your own morals and values. Okay. So there is this realization that, you know, something is no longer serving you, something is no longer supporting you. Maybe it was never supporting you, never serving you and your highest interest, yourself. And it's interesting because you have like the Two of Swords, Seven of Swords, Three of Swords, but you also have the King of Swords. And the King of Swords is somebody who has mastered the energies of the swords. You know, like they've gone through this heartbreak, they've gone through this turmoil, they've gone through being blindsided, turning away from something, and they've come up on this point in their life where they are now able to see things very clearly from their mind's eye. Their heart and their mind are in unison, you know, they're working cohesively together. So for you, pile 3, what I'm seeing is it's like everything that we just talked about, you've already come to the understanding and the realization that this situation, this relationship, this experience is not supporting you. It's not in your best interest and you are choosing to walk away from it. Okay. But again, it's like it's with a heavy heart. But when it comes down to it, you just know that you have to leave this situation behind. It's for your best self, for your best interest, okay? And for some of you, I'm also seeing this like contrasting energy a little bit where, you know, maybe you didn't choose to walk away from something, but something was forced upon you that kind of pushed you away. Okay, so the example that always comes to mind in that situation is like being fired from a job, being let go, maybe even going through some type of breakup that you weren't expecting. You know, somebody came to you and they said they wanted to cut ties with you and the relationship that you share with one another. And it could be that you didn't see it, or maybe you didn't want to see it. You were turning your back towards it because you didn't want to hear it. You didn't want to accept it. But it happened, okay? And now you've already gone through that processing of realizing that this had to happen, that this was meant to be, and you're realizing that there's no going back. You know, you're not going back, you're now moving forward. But for some of you, I'm seeing like you're still kind of looking back, you're still reflecting on, you know, where things went wrong, where things didn't work out, why it didn't work out. And it's like you're in this processing period of reflecting on what you could have done differently had you not been like sort of blindfolded or turning your back to the situation. So it's like you've come into this period of acceptance. You know, you've accepted that something has been removed from your life, or you've accepted that, you know, you're choosing to walk away from something, from some type of situation. And now you're going into this period of reflection where you get to look back over the experience overall from a more neutral ground, okay? Because you've done that inner healing of your emotions and your mindset. And so now you can look back over this situation and this experience and really ask yourself, well, what can I learn from this experience, from this relationship, from this connection, so that experience is not repeated, or so you don't have to go through this pain and heartbreak or being blindsided once again, okay? I also feel for you, pile 3, I'm feeling that with the Hermit coming up here, that this experience happened where, you know, either somebody or something was removed from your life or you chose to walk away from them, because this next part of your path is something that you have to go on your own. You have to go on this journey on your own. I'm going to switch these two cards because I feel like this is like you're now going on your own journey as the Hermit, okay? You're leaving all this like manipulation, this illusion, delusion, blindsided energy, not wanting to see the truth. You're leaving that all behind and you're now stepping into this path of truth, complete truth, and mostly for yourself. Okay, for some of you, this is this energy could be resembling, you know, where it's like it's not necessarily resembling something outside of you that you're leaving behind. It could be resembling that you are now kind of like leaving behind all your own personal BS. Okay, it's like maybe you've been lying to yourself. Maybe you haven't been being truthful with yourself. You haven't been being honest with yourself. You haven't been wanting to like look in the mirror at, you know, where your own personal faults are, or, you know, where you're not being honest with yourself, where you're not telling yourself the truth about something. And now it's like you've come over, it's like you've overcome that hurdle and you're now able to see all your own personal faults for what they are. And, you know, it's not necessarily that they're faults or rights, it's just what they were. But you weren't being honest with yourself about it. And now it's like they're being thrown in your face, whether you are choosing to access them on your own, or whether, you know, like the universe is kind of forcing you to look at them. It's like now you're looking at them and you're healing from them, and you're able to remove yourself from any habits, patterns, situations, experiences, relationships that really aren't in alignment with who you are and what you want to be experiencing and what you believe, and also, you know, what you deserve. Okay. So there is that energy of, it's like leaving behind lack, leaving behind doubt, leaving behind scarcity, leaving behind illusion, leaving behind dishonesty for yourself. Okay. And then because you've done all that healing work and you've come into that acceptance of realizing where you kind of, I don't want to say like did yourself wrong, but where you just weren't aware of what was not in your best interest and what you were participating in or choosing to sort of interact with, where those things weren't really in alignment with your beliefs and your values and your morals. And now you're able to let go of all the things in your external world that aren't in alignment with those things. And you're able to walk along this hermit's journey of initiating the light energy, initiating the things that are going to bring you joy. Okay. So even with the Seven of Swords, it's like you're walking away from all the darkness, all the shadow work that you've done, and you're now moving into the light, the things that are going to fill you up, the things that are going to bring you joy, that are going to bring you a sense of peace, acceptance, assuredness, love, joy, all those beautiful things that you may be seeking. Okay. There's also like seeking this level of comfort. Okay. It's like you were in this space that was very uncomfortable. Things just weren't working out for you, again, because you weren't being honest with yourself, or maybe there was even somebody in your life that wasn't being honest with you. And they may have had like a very strong, heavy influence over you in your own personal beliefs. And it may have felt comfortable in an external sense, but deep down, it was very uncomfortable. There was always like, you know, maybe like feelings of anxiety or discomfort or longing for something that, you know, you weren't necessarily conscious of or aware of. But now you're becoming more conscious of that and realizing that, you know, it is very uncomfortable in those spaces. And you no longer want to be operating in those spaces of discomfort where things aren't simply flowing. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and pull some more cards. I'm actually going to pull 2 more tarot cards before we get into the Oracle. Let's just get 2 more tarot just to get some more confirmation, Spirit. Let's get one more. Okay, let's see what your 2 tarot. We have 6 of Swords. Yes, you're moving towards something new. And there's more blackbirds there. Yeah, moving to new horizons. And then we also have 14 Temperance. 14 Temperance. Okay. Yeah, so I feel like things are starting to balance out for you. I feel like for a long time, you are in this energy of just feeling down, feeling depleted, feeling confused, not knowing which way is up, not knowing which way is down, not knowing where to go, where to turn next, what to do next. And maybe you were always looking for this confirmation outside of you, looking for this confirmation or surety from like the person next to you or somebody that may have been guiding you, and you weren't necessarily listening to yourself. But now the universe or yourself, you've done that deep inner healing work, but also like the universe has pushed you into this space of facing everything that you pushed down, that you were pushing away, that you were hiding from, that you weren't willing to look at. And they're shoving it in your face saying, no, you need to look at this. You need to heal this, or you're never going to get to feel that bliss, that comfort, that joy, that peace, that love, that magic that you've been seeking. Okay, and even though it's very uncomfortable to leave this discomfort, because the discomfort was like your comfort zone for so long, once you move out of this energy and you move towards the spaces that your soul's calling you, these spaces over here, even the 7 of Swords, everything is going to feel like this freeing energy. It's like that energy of when you make a big move. Okay, so say maybe you've been stuck at a job that, it's just a job. It's just something that pays the bills. It's just something that you collect a paycheck from, but it's not really something that you enjoy doing. And then once you finally, get the courage to turn in your 2 weeks notice, or to just say, F you, I quit. It's like this sense of freedom washes over you, and it renews your, it rejuvenates you and renews your energy as a whole, and it allows you to balance out your energies once again, because you're no longer committed to something that was really draining your life force energy, and something that you knew you weren't really excited about. It's not something that you were really what's the word? Like, it's not something that you looked forward to in your day to day. It's like something that you just did because you had to do it, or because you were used to doing it, because you were comfortable with it, even though it was very uncomfortable for you to participate in that experience, connection, relationship, whatever it is. It doesn't just have to be a job. That was just the example that I was giving you. It can even be the same energy for a relationship. When you're in a relationship with somebody for so long, and then you just get comfortable with one another, but then you start to learn things about them, and you don't really like those things about them, but because so much time has passed, you just stay with them, and then finally you get the courage to say, this relationship's not serving me, enough is enough, and you initiate that breakup, and then it's like this newfound sense of freedom washes over you, because you've cut ties with something that really wasn't in alignment with you anymore. It wasn't serving your energy, okay? So for some of you, you've already cut ties with this experience, this situation, this person, this mindset, and for some of you, you still need to cut those ties. But once you do, again, that newfound sense of freedom is going to wash over you. Things are going to balance out again, and you're going to be called to walk upon this new journey that you're being guided towards, that is requiring you to sort of be on your own, to be in this hermit energy. Okay, you can't bring anything or anyone from your past experience with you to this new space that you're going. Okay, the lessons, the memories, the emotions, the thoughts, everything that's connected to it will still be there, will still exist within yourself, but you can't bring them with you to these new spaces. Okay. Let's see, Spirit's not telling me much about this new space, because right now they really want you to work on healing and mending everything that you're letting go of. and becoming comfortable and familiar with the unfamiliar, with the that energy. It's like I'm seeing the graph where they're like, this is your comfort zone and you have to go outside your comfort zone. They want you to become familiar and comfortable with being outside of your comfort zone, being in the uncomfortable. Okay, let's see. I'm going to draw an oracle card for you. Let me grab this deck over here. We're going to draw a card from the Oracle of the Mermaids for you, pile 3. So let's see, what does pile 3 need to know from the mermaids? I guess we'll take these 2. Okay, we have endurance. Keep going. Yes, keep going. Number 43. Somebody watching this could be 43 years old. That's not going to resonate with everybody, but let me know if it's you. I always like to know. Or you could be connected to somebody that is 43. Maybe you're cutting ties with somebody that's in their 40s. And then 43 may also be, it may just be a significant number to you in some way. It's also reminding me of like 143, which generally people use that number to represent I love you, because each number represents the amount of letters that are in the saying I love you. Okay, so that could be significant to somebody. But ultimately, Spirit's just telling you, keep going. I know you're tired. I know you're exhausted. I know this healing journey feels never ending. And, of course, it's a never ending journey. But the part of the journey that you've been in that's making you feel tired and exhausted and drained is almost over. It's like you're almost on the other side of that. You've been in this energy of deep shadow work, shadow healing, facing all your shadows, healing your shadows. And you've even been living in external experiences that are reflecting these inner shadows to you. And that's why things have felt so out of alignment. That's why they felt a little bit distorted, a little bit uncomfortable, because it's a mere inner reflection, external reflection of what's going on internally. Okay, but you are almost to the other side. You are almost to this this energy of letting it all go, shedding it all, and being rejuvenated into the new experience that you're about to walk upon, this new path that's opening up for you, where you will get to experience that sense of balance, that sense of peace, that sense of freedom that you've been asking for, that you've been seeking, and that you've been working towards. Even if it doesn't feel like you haven't been working towards it, this is really why you've been experiencing everything that you've been experiencing, because there is peace, there is serenity, there is joy on the other side of this path that you're letting go of, that you're moving away from. We also have 22, divine sensuality, making love erotica. This is interesting. This is like a big shift in the energy here. Okay, so with this card, divine sensuality, I'm even drawn to how there's just like a little hue of red there. There's also this red here on this card, okay? And so for some of you, because there is so few shades of this bright color of red, and then we have this divine sensuality card coming up here, what I'm picking up on is that for some time, as you've been working through this deep shadow work that we've been talking about, you may have been repressing your sensuality, your sexuality, your divine, sacred, sensual energy, your creative energy. You haven't been connecting with that part of yourself. You've been storing it away, saving it for a rainy day. And you may not even have been aware of this. Okay. It's something that wasn't really on your mind. For some of you, you may have been like participating in like sexual intimacy acts or practices, but Spirit's saying like you weren't really present in it because you weren't necessarily pursuing these experiences for yourself necessarily. It's like you may have been just partaking in these moments of intimacy, either like for somebody else or just to feel something, or to feel as though you have control over some aspect of your life, but you weren't really getting connected to that deep rooted sensuality, sexuality, creative energy that is stored within you. You aren't really accessing it from this divine space of love and passion. Okay. And now what Spirit's saying is, now that you're letting go of all these things that are draining you, that aren't serving you, this sensual energy, it's going to explode. It's going to explode. It's like this divine goddess energy, god or goddess energy is going to be shining right off of you. It's like this temperance energy. There's just this beautiful light energy, golden hues, healing energies shining off of this person here. And it's like that energy of, when you're walking out and about and everyone that you walk by, they just can't keep their eyes off of you. Okay. And that's that newfound sense of freedom that we're talking about, from letting go of these things that aren't serving you, from shifting out of those lack mindsets, those mindsets of doubt. These new, beautiful, passionate, sensual energies get to wash over you, and they get to, allow you to embrace part of yourself that you've been hiding away, that you've been storing away. I never realized this, but this lady here, she kind of looks like Marilyn Monroe. I know it's not exact, but I don't know. She's just reminding me of Marilyn Monroe there. And so for some of you, maybe you connect with her energy. Maybe she could be like an idol to you in some way. Maybe you have pictures of her around your home, or you just like looking at her, watching movies about her. That's just something random coming up there. Maybe even somebody or you yourself could be related to her in some way. But also Spirit saying with that connection, it's like this energy of needing to embody your own Marilyn Monroe and getting connected to your divine sensuality, getting connected to your inner stardom, essentially, and letting yourself shine, letting your light shine for the world to see. And it's not just for others to see, it's always for yourself. But in doing that, in accessing this divine sensuality, in accessing this divine sacredness and beauty and God or goddess like energy, it will help you to shift out of all that shadow work, all that healing that you've been doing, and it will help you to shift towards this new path of freedom, of purpose, of feeling good again, of feeling the light and inviting the light in. So there's also like this energy coming through with that message of like, fake it till you make it, just pretend until it's true. All right, let's go ahead and pull your last card now. I'm going to pull one last card from this deck here. This is the Lover's Oracle. And sometimes these messages are for like relationships or couples, but I always say, if that doesn't resonate with you, you're not interested in a relationship message, apply it to the relationship you have with yourself. So what does pile 3 need to know from the Lover's Oracle? I'm going to take this card. All right, let's see. So there's the artwork. Let's see what your message is. Forgiveness. Stop focusing your energy on past events, for life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. Yes, forgive yourself for the past. Let it go. You cannot change anything of the past. You can't do it differently. We talked about how you may be reflecting on the past and how you're reflecting on, what you could have done differently, what went wrong, so you can prepare yourself for future events. That's okay, but don't get hung up on it. Don't get hung up on thinking, I wish I did this differently. You didn't, and that's okay. You weren't meant to do it that way. If you were, you would have done it that way. Nothing you did was wrong, and you can't change anything about what happened in the past. All you can do now is forgive yourself, let it go, let it exist in the past, and now focus on the present moment and the future path as to, where you're walking. Okay, that could be why Spirit's not showing me this new path that you're walking upon, is because your energy may be really caught up in the past energy right now, and Spirit's trying to hone your energy back into the present moment. Come back to the present moment. Come back to yourself, okay? Because a lot of the messages coming up in this reading were that you were giving your energy away to somebody else. You were letting them control you, maybe not even a person, but the external circumstances or your mindset. And now it's time to reimagine, to recreate your reality based on what you want to experience, based on what and who you are deep down at your core level. Okay. So come into this energy of forgiveness, acceptance, and forgiveness. Stop focusing your energy on past events. Life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. So dream and imagine what it is that you're moving towards. You already know what it is. You've already been dreaming of it. And now it's time to start walking that path step by step by step. All right, loves, that's it for your reading today. I thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this reading, please give this video a thumbs up and comment down below what you enjoyed most. I really love connecting with you all in the comments and hearing from you what resonated most with you. So let me know in the comments, what is it that you left behind? What is it that you're healing from? And then let me know what is it that you're moving towards, so I can offer some support and encouragement for this new path that you're about to walk upon. I'd love to be of support to you on this new path. All right, loves. Also don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on next week's reading. And if you'd like to book a personal or private reading with me, you can do so through sending me a DM on Instagram at selfunity, or you can email me at selfunity@outlook.com. All right, loves, I thank you so much once again. I'm sending you so much love and healing energy. Have a beautiful day. Bye. Hi, Pile 4. Welcome into your reading. So if you selected the beautiful Selenite palm stone or the sow, I think that's how we say that, sow, or the mama pig, then this is your reading. Welcome in. So I'm going to set this aside and we're going to start by pulling your tarot cards so we can get the full outlook on the messages that the universe or the sow is trying to bring forth for you. All right, love. So for your reading, we're going to start with the Akashic Tarot today. And while I'm shuffling, I'm going to talk a little bit about the sow energy. Okay, so this is definitely like mama pig energy, and I'm probably going to say pig from here on out because I really don't know if I'm saying that right. It's been so long. You learn this as a kid. Like, am I saying that right? And, if you personally know me, I say words funny anyways. So if you want, let me know if I'm saying it wrong in the comments, or, you can laugh at me. It's fine. But let's see, mama pig energy. It's like almost like mama bear energy. They're very protective of their young. And there's also this energy of like nurturance coming through. Okay, needing to care for your young. And for some of you, you may not have children yourself. And so this could be this energy where you're needing to care for yourself, or even maybe care for a loved one. But I'm definitely picking up on this energy of needing to care for yourself, okay? So a lot of the times when any type of mother, animal, like a pig or a human mother, there can be moments where the mother forgets to take care of themselves, okay? And for some of you, you may be forgetting to take care of yourself, to come back to yourself. And it's because, they're so focused on the care of their yearlings, of their younglings, of their children, that they forget to come back and take care of themselves and really ask themselves, what is it that you need? So at this time, you may be being called back to provide yourself the care, the attention, and the love that you give to others around you. There's also this energy of protection. Okay, very protective energy coming in. You may be needing to protect your energy. If you're somebody that's like more extroverted and you're always like, going out and about, socializing with other people, giving yourself to others, helping others out, sharing with others, nurturing others, giving them tips and advice, there may be this need to temporarily come back to yourself and to kind of protect your energy, kind of put up a wall and to guard yourself, just for some time. Let's see, we can get more guidance on that. We'll see what that's about. Let's see what your tarot is. So we have 2 of Scrolls, 2 Worlds, That's interesting. Two of Scrolls, two Worlds. This is the Pentacles in traditional tarot. We also have the number 2 again, the Akashic Library with the High Priestess. This card came out in Pile 1's reading. Yes, 9, Archangel Michael. This Archangel Michael is the Archangel of Protection. So there is some type of protective energy coming through. 2 of Forces, the Willow. Okay, who's seeing 2, 2, 2? Who's seeing 2s everywhere? Let me know, because you have all the 2s. 7 of Keys, the Ascent. Oops, this card almost jumped off the table. We also have the King of Scrolls. All right, let's see what's going on, pile 4. Wow. Synchronicities are showing up left and right for you, okay? And I'm seeing like synchronicities are showing up for you left and right, okay? So you may be seeing angel numbers, specifically 2s, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Maybe 9s, like 9, 9, 9, 9, even 7s, okay? Because these are just the ones that are showing up here. But you may be seeing other signs and symbols as well. And what I'm seeing with that, it's like they keep showing up, and when you see them, it's like you look away from them. You're just like, I don't want to see that. I want to deal with that because I'm so focused on what I'm working on right now. But the universe, your spirit guides, they're trying to get your attention. You may be even seeing like a lot of pig symbolism, okay? Where like, look at how many pigs are on this card. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 8 with the mama pig there. Okay, that's the number of abundance right there, which also is in alignment with the King of Scrolls. But, you know, maybe you're seeing a lot of this animal symbolism out in the wild as well. Maybe you live in a place where, you know, pigs are in abundance, like in the wild, and maybe you see them like crossing the road. Maybe you know somebody that has a pet pig. Okay, and you may also be seeing other signs and symbols that are just more significant to you. Like we have like a little butterfly or a bird there. There's like a lot of fruit here, flowers, books. There's an abundance of books. So with that, I'm getting a couple different messages. One, you're seeing signs and synchronicities, but you may be avoiding them. You may be trying to push them away, okay? But in doing that, you're pushing your own intuition away. Okay, so don't push those signs and symbols away. The universe speaks to us through signs, through symbols, through synchronicities. Okay, they could be guiding lights for you. Okay, the other message that I'm getting is you are seeing an abundance of signs, synchronicities, and symbols. An abundance. Okay, so this tells me that you are working on receiving or witnessing some type of abundance from somewhere. I feel like for some of you, it's just like you're receiving these blessings after blessings after blessings. Like you're just receiving an abundance of so many things, not just signs and synchronicities, but you know, it could be like blessings from other people. It could be like baskets of food and fruits. Like there's all these little baskets here filled with food. Maybe somebody's offering to take you on some type of shopping spree. You know, we have an abundance of books here. Maybe you're working on building or growing a library. Finances, money. Maybe you're getting windfalls of money coming into you. Maybe you're growing a garden and your garden's starting to blossom and bloom and show you all this beautiful abundance that's around you. Okay, I feel like I'm going to need to pull some more clarifiers because these messages are so random coming in, but they're beautiful messages. You know, these are the messages that we always want to hear. But I am really drawn to this 7 of Keys, the Ascent, okay? And with this card showing up here, I do feel like there's something that you're working towards. There's something that like you're having to scale, something that you're having to climb, having to climb upwards toward, like climb up towards, okay? And so with that, I almost feel this energy where it's like, you know, maybe you started out with something and in your foundation was very stable and you were very either lucky or very blessed, or you worked really hard to build that stable foundation, okay? And in that stable foundation, you already had the abundance to support you. You already had that protective energy to support you. And so as you went along that journey, building, or growing, or working towards something, you were always met with this overflowing abundance flowing in towards you. You always had this protective energy around you. It's like no matter what you did, no matter what you were working on or working towards, it's like nothing could touch you because you were infinitely protected. And you are now. So if you're questioning something, if you're questioning, should I do this or should I do that? Or should I do this, or maybe I should not do that? Spirit's saying, if you're thinking about it and it feels right to you, if you're receiving the signs, the guidance to move forward with it, then yes, absolutely, you are protected. You will be met with blessings of abundance as you walk along this journey. Let's see if anything else comes up. I feel like I need to pull some more cards. Let's pull some tarot from this deck here. I'm going to pull some more tarot cards from the Lightseers Tarot just so we can get some more guidance on this because it's so random here. We have Page of Swords. Let's get one more tarot. Okay, we have two more. Okay, so we have the Two of Swords. And there we go, King of Pentacles again. You have the King of Pentacles twice in your reading. We also have another two. And then we have Page of Swords. Okay, so let's see what's going on with these cards. Yeah, I feel like you're trying to make a decision on something. This card's kind of popping up too. Seven of Swords. Yeah, I feel like you're trying to make a decision as to whether or not you should do something. And so, okay, what Spirit's saying with that is, one, like we said in the beginning, if you're used to being an extrovert, used to being, out and about, connecting with many people, communicating with others, you may be being called to come back into yourself for a moment because you're trying to make a decision on something that is very important. It's like a crucial decision that's ultimately embodying that energy of make it or break it. Okay, and you're not going to be able to receive the clear guidance on what path to choose or what path to pursue until you come back into yourself and you're really listening to only your intuition. Okay, it's that energy of coming back and caring for yourself versus caring for everyone and giving your attention to everyone and everything. Okay, there's this need to protect your energy. There's also this need to protect the energy of what it is that you're trying to decide upon. Okay, so Spirit is saying, if you have some type of new idea or new project, this does feel like some type of business idea or maybe like a product invention. Something new. Spirit saying that you're needing to protect the idea. Okay, you don't want to go and start talking about this idea with just anyone or everyone around you, even people that are really close to you that you feel like you can trust, because people love to talk story, they love to communicate with each other, they love to share ideas. Okay, and even people that are closest to you, they love to share ideas, they love to talk. So even if it's something that it's just talking right now, your idea is just an idea. Even if you go to somebody that's really close to you and you share this idea with them, they could be having a casual conversation with somebody else that they're also close with, and they could just mention it like, oh, so and so said they might want to pursue this idea and it sounds interesting, and then that person goes and they talk about it and then everyone's talking about it and it hasn't even been created yet or initiated. Or it could also be playing into that energy where somebody else could take your idea and run with it. Okay, that's probably why we have the Seven of Swords. I said that as I was touching that card there. So just be mindful of keeping this idea close to home for now, because it's still in its creative bubble. It's still in this bubble of flourishing into something new. It is a very brilliant idea because you have so many beautiful cards that are representing brilliancy, success, and abundance. Okay, but you want to keep it to yourself. And I'll show you. So the Akashic Library, this is representing wisdom, knowledge, that energy of brilliant idea. We also have all the light bulbs over here, and she's reading a book. And then you have the King of Pentacles, which represents success. This represents, stability, security, financial abundance, financial windfalls. For some of you, I keep hearing the word like investment. Maybe you're wanting to get investment in investors, or maybe you're wanting to invest in something. And Spirit's saying that, you will have success with that. So if that's something you're interested in, maybe you need to start looking into those investors and starting to, pull out contracts and writing contracts and drawing them up and things like that. I'm also drawn to, there's like children on this card here with Archangel Michael, and then we talked about all the yearlings here with the sow. And so again, children may be playing a role in this experience as well, where maybe you're having to care for either your own children, or you're having to care for somebody in the way that you would care for a child. So this could be like an elderly, a family member, maybe a close friend or something. Maybe they're needing your help a little bit. And again, Spirit's saying to just be mindful of providing yourself the same level of care and attention that you're giving to these other people, these other children or humans. I didn't realize, but there's also the wolf on this card here. And I think I mentioned, oh yes, the Akashic Library came out in pile 1. Pile 1 was also the animal guide of the wolf. So again, there may be messages of guidance in pile 1 that you may want to tune into. I'm also picking up on travel. Somebody may be traveling soon, maybe to new places that aren't like generally a place that somebody would travel to, or maybe you've just never met anybody that's traveled to these locations that you're going to be going to. And this energy, like I keep getting visions of like creating some type of business, but it's like, it's not just a business, it's like an empire. It's like you're building some type of empire. So you may be traveling to these, they're not necessarily taboo, but they're taboo in idea, where it's like, not many people would travel to these places, but you're traveling to these places for the business or the empire that you're trying to create, that you're trying to build for yourself. Okay. And for some of you, you could even be like maybe writing a book or creating some type of class. And you may be part of creating that class or writing that book is through some type of like recording some type of journey that you're going on for yourself or with yourself. Okay. And it's like requiring you to travel to places that you've never traveled to before, or that aren't really frequented by tourists or other travelers. So that's an interesting message coming up. All right, let's go ahead and pull your oracle cards now. All right, I'm going to pull your oracle cards from Nature's Whispers. So let's see. What does pile 4 need to hear from Nature's Whispers? All right, let's see what your cards are. Oh, we have 44, Seek Beauty. And we have 16, Inner Truths. 16 Inner Truths and Seek Beauty. This is so interesting. I feel like these two cards are a representation of your own energy. And not just like, not the words, but the visual of these cards. Because like in your reading, I just keep hearing abundance, abundance, abundance. And it's like this overflowing energy of abundance in all forms and possibilities and potentials. Like your ideas are abundance. Your energy is abundant. Your vessel is abundant. Your environment is abundant. And you're starting to access, and not only access, but embody that abundant energy at like obscene heights. Okay, so this energy is really showing that you have done some deep inner healing work, and you have come upon like almost like the golden goblet, okay, where like now you have, I don't want to say like King Midas's touch, but it's like you have this energy where like everything you touch turns to gold, but it's not necessarily that same energy, because when we say like, you know, everything you touch turns to gold, it's very like it's like embodying that energy of what is it, like almost like consumerism energy, and like getting hung up on just one form of abundance and that gold energy. But it's more so like you're just recognizing and realizing that everything around you is already gold. It's like you don't have to touch it for it to turn gold. You already know that it's gold. And not just the things outside of you, but also the energy within you is also already golden, okay? And now that you've accessed that golden light energy, that beautiful healing energy, and you've accepted it and realized that that is your inner truth, you're now able to tap into the abundant flow of the universe outside of you. And you're able to witness the beauty of that energy and to work with it. I almost want to say like to use it to your benefit, but you're not using it. You are working with it to bring into creation your beautiful, abundant ideas that you've been blessed with from your spirit guides, from your higher self, from your intuition, to create something magical that you can grow and build into that empire that we were talking about, okay? It is a journey, but I feel like for you, it's not going to feel like some long-winded journey. It's going to be like, it's a journey and you're excited to be on it. You're excited for this ascent because you can see exactly where you're being guided to go. You can see exactly where this path is taking you, what it's creating for you. And you're just like, I'm along for the ride and I'm enjoying it because you know you're supported, you know you're protected, and you're able to clearly see the abundance and the truth of everything that you're experiencing in your life. And it's a really beautiful place to be. It's a really beautiful energy to be embracing and to be connected with. For some of you, this is a random message coming through. You may be visiting like caverns soon, just because there's a lot of caves here. Maybe even like caves or caverns that have like water at the bottom of them, like lakes or some type of, I think there's only lakes in a cavern. I don't want to say, or I don't know if rivers are running through caves. But yeah, some type of water source at the bottom of these caverns that you're going to be visiting. I'm hearing like, I'm specifically seeing like New Mexico, like Carlsbad Caverns. So somebody could be visiting that. And then I'm also seeing like ice caverns. I'm not quite sure where they may be at, but you may be visiting some type of ice cavern as well. Okay, so those are going to be very specific messages for somebody. But again, they're places that not many people travel to or connect with. And that's where you're going to be traveling. Like you're taking the road less traveled, figuratively and literally. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and draw your last card, pile 4. I'm going to draw one more card from the Lover's Oracle. And these are just messages of love coming through today. And as I always say, you know, some of these messages are meant for relationships or like couples, but if you're not interested in a relationship reading or a couple message, I always say apply it to the relationship that you share with yourself. Okay, so this is the artwork on your card, and let's see, we have passion. A magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you at present. Enjoy it. Yes, passion. This energy that you're embodying in is so passionate. It's so vibrant, electric, magnetic, seductive, all the beautiful things that you can imagine. And you're just like vibrating at the highest level possible. and you're able to witness and observe and access your fullest potential, and you are here for it and you are going for it. You're like, nothing can stop me. It's like that energy of the Flash. Nothing can stop you. You are going for it, and you're being guided to enjoy it, to embrace it, to connect with it. And don't forget, you know, you want to keep it protected. You want to keep it safe. You can share this energy with others, but again, just be mindful of it, because you've been gifted a blessing of accessing this deep, beautiful, profound inner truth, inner beauty, inner abundance that, you know, we all possess, but you've like accessed, you've like been gifted that key, and you've accessed it to the fullest extent, to the fullest potential, and now you're able to walk your journey with that overflowing joy and abundance and inner knowing of what it is you're meant to do, and, you know, continue following that purpose, continue following that passion. All right, loves, that's it for your reading today. I thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this reading, please give this video a thumbs up and comment down below what you enjoyed most. You know, let me know. If it's not too revealing, let me know what you're working towards, what it is that you're moving towards. If you're traveling somewhere, you resonate with those messages, you know, let me know where you're traveling to. I love to travel. So I'd love to chat about it in the comments below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on next week's reading. And if you'd like to book a personal or private reading with me, I do offer them. You just have to send me a DM on Instagram at selfunity, or you can email me at selfunity@outlook.com and we can set one up for you. All right, loves, I thank you so much once again. I'm sending you so much love and healing energy. Have a beautiful day. Bye.